Hi, my name is Anthony Mastrangelo. I'm a Full Sail student and I am pursuing the bachelor's degree in recording arts. This podcast is to explain the advances of technology and how they affect my career, my upcoming career, which would hopefully be in the music field. Technology has grown rapidly in the music field and it's done a lot to help out producers and engineers in helping the process of an album be created in a lot easier, smoother way. I'm sure you've listened to music made in the 50s from Elvis Presley or any music in the 50s, and though the music, some of those songs will never be able to be topped. Some of those songs are great. However, still to this day, there's artists that might not be as good, but yet the quality of their music is much better than that of Elvis's due to the technology. There's a lot less static, it's a lot more clear and crisp. That's one example of technology and how it's grown and affected music in a positive way. Nowadays, you don't even really need to know how to sing to be on a CD with all the auto tune softwares out. You can make it a lot easier to be on key with all your notes. One of them in particular is Melodyne by Celemoni, which I happen to use, which is really great. It's actually powerful enough to know where the note should have been sang that you sung flat. And with a double click, you're on key. It doesn't sound all automated or whatever. It sounds pretty smooth and raw, and it really works well. Another thing I use is Logic Pro, which is a software I use for recording. It's like a home studio, and it works very well. It's a lot cheaper than going to a studio, and the best part about it is you can get studio quality if you've practiced and know the tools well that it provides you. You can get studio quality work with it, which saves you a lot of money. Some of the hardware I use, I can show you. I use an M Audio. I use an M Audio keyboard, which is actually a MIDI controller, and what that is it's in piano format, and I'm a piano player. So, for instance, I have already instruments in there, loaded instruments in there. So I can, for instance, play violin. I could play a whole orchestra. I could play anything you want, drums in a piano format. This way it's comfortable for me and familiar for me. This way, instead of going out and having to learn how to play the violin or the saxophone, I could play it all on my keyboard, which is very helpful. I also use a Duet by Apogee, which is a great interface. It's got a bunch of it's got a bunch of preamps in there, which is very helpful, very clear, crisp sounding, very effect, very good for recording, which helps me out a lot. All this equipment just pretty much to make it easy. Do I need all of this? No. I mean, technically, I can record raw guitar straight into a microphone and play, but with all this equipment, it makes it sound very studio quality. And rather than paying the $100 an hour at a studio, I can do it at my house whenever I want, thanks to technology. And yeah, that's about it. I've used a couple websites I want to mention would be www.apple.com, tomshardware.com.